We just found this today. Me and my mother were looking through some stuff in the backyard, and we found this cooler that I picked up from a barn a couple years ago, and we opened it up. It was full of water. It just had some bottles and stuff inside of it, so it was not too bad. But this was at the bottom, and so it's been underwater for about 2 years, and I didn't even know I had it because it's exactly like the one that I also got from the barn. I mean, at the end of the day, I did save them from being buried on the farmer's land, so that's good. But I still feel kind of bad because, like this one and this one, whenever I originally found them, they just had like a little bit of grease on them. Like this one's going to clean up really well. But sadly, this one has some rusting. On the good note, though, this one had so much oil and grease over it that this part and this part were spared from oxidation. So this part's been having some oxidation on it. And sadly, it looks like the ink has degraded that holds the label, so we might lose the label. But either way, it does work. It has water in it, sadly, which is not a good thing. I hate to see what the inside look like. But it does have a lot of pressure, so that's good. It shot water 30 feet before. Oh, that's not too bad. It's not too rusty. Oh. Well, that's a pleasant surprise. Hardly any rust in there. It comes out perfectly. So yeah, I'll run out and get some degreaser and we can clean this off. Okay, so I was looking in my little shed for some paint, silver paint. I did not find any paint, but I did find a third oiler in the barn that I also forgot. Is there a fourth one somewhere? I don't know. This one's an Eagle also, and it's the cheaper version of these ones, sort of the same time. So these might have been bought in the same day back in the 1960s or 70s, who knows, or even earlier. I'm having a hard time finding dates for these, but I think the farmer that owned the barn died in like the 1990s, so I mean these are probably pretty old. I might want to go with a different color for this, maybe blue or green. Oh. This label is the same as this one, except for it has guaranteed 5 years right there. And this one's black. It doesn't have that text. But they are the same size, so I could, if I really wanted to, I could go to my mother's print shop area and at her warehouse and actually just screen print it on there, but I don't care that much. But I do feel kind of bad for having to remove this label if I do repaint this. This is quite grimy. I kind of like it. So, but I also really want to make this so that everything is nice and restored, but this part is like a bluish teal. I think that look really nice. ELEC space SH, and that could be Select Shell, as in the oil company. I don't really know, but there's nothing else. It's interesting. I would feel bad to remove this label, but I do think it would be worth it to paint it. Messed up the paint job. But then again, the paint job turned out really bad anyway, so whatever. So unfortunately, I lost one part, one of these little clips. And I even tried to be very careful with keeping them, but I guess I forgot to move it whenever it's on the table here. And I guess it got swept off. So whenever I'm redoing the floor, I'll rub up all the bricks and find it. And what's nice is underneath the bricks is plastic, so it'll be easy to sift through everything. But for the time being, I'm going to use some string, some baling wire. That'll work for now. where does that go? Oh, right. Here. So I'm really not sure what to think about this. I really wish that the paint could have been better. I do feel like I kind of, well, it'll work. But it is a bit sparkly, and I don't know how well that comes up on screen, but I might just be like being overly picky. And with this, I do worry that I was kind of like digging myself a little hole and making it worse and worse, everything that I did, when maybe just having a one solid color would have been better. But I would like to know what you guys think about that, because it took more work, but I think having them color coded would be nice. I was thinking of putting blue around there on the top curved part, or put blue on here and around there. It's an idea. You know how I said I would probably find more oilers? Well, I found this one. I'm not sure what brand that one is. And my friend gave me this one. It's an Eagle. Has oil in it. And I found I had this. It's an Eagle safety can. For like solvents or whatever. So I'm getting quite a collection of oilers. I think I probably have enough to handle any oil that I need. Oh, speaking of oil, I figured some nice thick oil would be good. So I got the thickest oil I could find at Walmart, 85W140, for like bearings and gears and stuff I restore. So let's do this one. This is the one I'm used to using for that kind of stuff. And it has some weird funky smell to it. But it's kind of a similar smell to what it had in there originally, so perhaps that's just what they originally had. I'll fill it more. Oh, I wasn't sealed all the way around yet. You know what? I should just go ahead and add some more so it's pretty full. appears that it might work best to have a gasket in there, because whenever I use it, the oil has pressure and it comes back down, and it makes a little bead around the bottom there, and that will eventually accumulate more and more oil. So we'll see if I'm making a gasket for that, and that'll fix that. I don't see any markings. It's interesting. But it does have oil. It's very clear. It's almost full too, so that's cool. No leaks. Well, besides the very light one around the top. And that's pretty much it. You know what? This paint job's not so bad. There's a lot of other worse colors I could have made it, and it'll keep it from rusting for a long time, so that's good. Either way, even though the paint job might not be like the best looking, it's still restored back to clean and functioning condition, so I'm happy with that. And these will last for a very long time, especially if I don't, you know, forget them in water for 2 years. It'll especially last really long. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and thank you very much for watching. See ya. I like the diversity of them and all the colors. And this one, I'm not going to clean up too much. I want all that paint on there. It's cool. It's all the history.